Welcome to Music Theory Basics. Today we're going to look at quavers and quaver rests, otherwise known as eighth notes and eighth note rests. So as you can see here, we have a quaver. This consists of a head, a stem, but additionally a tail. It can be shown in two different ways, either with the stem facing up or the stem facing down, depending on where it is on the stave. With the stem facing down, it also has a head and a tail. So how many beats is a quaver? It is half a beat. If we have two quavers, this is going to equal a crotchet, as two halves make one whole. We can show this in our handy diagram. Let's remind ourselves of our note lengths. At the top we have our quaver, or eighth note, which is worth half a beat. Then we have our crotchet, or quarter note, which is worth one beat. Then we have our minim, or half note, which is worth two beats. And then we have our semibreve, or whole note, which is worth 4 beats. Let's remind ourselves of the difference between notes and rests. On the left-hand side of our table, you can see we have notes. When we see these on the music, we know that we have to make a sound. On the right-hand side of the table, we have a selection of rests. We know when we see these on the music, we don't make a sound. So what does a quaver rest look like? Here we go. This is also worth half a beat, the same as the note. Again, if we add two quaver rests together, this totals a crotchet rest because two half beats make one whole beat. This can also be shown in our handy diagram. Let's revisit our rests. So at the top, we have our quaver rest, or eighth note rest, which is worth half a beat. Then we have our crotchet rest, or quarter note rest, which is worth one beat. Then we have our minim rest, or half note, which is worth 2 beats. And then we have our semibreve rest, or whole note rest, which is worth 4 beats. Here we have our table of notes. At the top we have our semibreve, or whole note. In the middle we have our minims, or half notes. And at the bottom we have our crotchets, or quarter notes. Let's add in our quavers. As you can see, there are 8 quavers in our semibreve, 4 in our minim, and 2 in our crotchet. Now let's look at our rests. At the top, we have our semibreve rest, 4 beats. In the middle, we have our minim rests, which are 2 beats each. And at the bottom, we have our crotchet rests, which are worth 1 beat each. Let's add in our quavers. The same as our notes, you can see that there are 8 quaver rests in a semibreve, 4 in a minim, and 2 in a crotchet. Now we need to talk about how to group quavers. Our quavers have tails. Now if we had these all over our music, it would be very hard to read. So there is an easier way to represent this on our music. Let's take a look. As you can see here, the tails have been joined at the top. We can also do this with 3 quavers. And also with 4 quavers. We can join quavers that have their stems facing up and with their stems facing down. If the stems are facing up, they're joined at the top, and if they're facing down, they are joined at the bottom. I hope that has given you a nice secure understanding of quavers and quaver rests, and I look forward to seeing you at the next Music Theory Basics video.